Another day, another bother.
What else?
Manchester United were defeated by Crystal Palace again, and the United Twins need to speak about it.
Hey, ready up.
Good or bad, it's a must. Preparations keep pre-match leave a fuss. When the whistle blows, stipulations in the field like a wrestling match. Target, lock them up. Progress on the opposite, believe in divine time. 3H is my time. Load them up with a pinpoint aim. Just two-man step for boots in the field, it's prime time. We are fit anyway, specialist ballers. Touch every 4-4 corners. Open clear set piece with delivering trauma. It's like a TV drama, cover every genre. I rush short for the next team. You say they're hot on Marga, left and right. 2 C's up top for the win. Us twins leave dust on the CB's armor.
Blessings to everybody inside, including yourself, Cappy. Manchester United 0, Crystal Palace 2. As the away fans sung 3 points again, ole ole, in the penultimate minutes, all I could do was reflect on a game where risks were taken and they didn't pay off. Performances across the board were poor also, but that's a given for the most part. We started the game relatively well, with me noting down that in possession we looked sharp, and interestingly, part of that was Kobe being deployed in a false 9 role, being the furthest forward attacker with Garnacho and Ahmad in the supporting 10 roles. He was dropping deep, finding nice positions, and even hit the post via a deflection, which seemed to be a positive sign of things to come. But much like United's performance overall, the good aspects to our game faded quicker than a Kobe bucket back in the day, and all of a sudden the game was there for the taking. Crystal Palace, who started frantically defensively, found solace as soon as they remembered the side they were going up against, seemingly, and solidified the defensive aspects of their game while posing threats going forward.
You speak about Palace's threat. They thrived in the 2 areas defensively that United just can't get a grip of. Set pieces first and foremost, and then devastating transitional attacks after the ball is turned over, which is a crime we like to commit with consequences to follow. Jean-Philippe Mateta's first goal being a tap-in from an initial free kick, finding the head of Maxence Lacroix, colliding with the crossbar and straight into the Frenchman's path, who reacted with sharpness ahead of the sluggish Harry Maguire. Sorry, but I have to say it. You could even say Bruno, because he stops tracking Mateta and watches the flight of the ball. Both all the way until it's too late. But it was really Maguire who initially was best positioned to defend, with a clear sight of Palace's talisman on the first delivery. Second goal is where they win the ball. Ismaila Sarr, one of their standouts so far this season, drives past weak attempts to track down and delivers an excellent pass to Daniel Munoz, who was sprinting through on goal, but nobody caught sight of him again. Everybody seemingly watched the ball on the freeze frame, as there was a massive gap between Maguire and Euro to run into. Receive and square the ball to Mateta for a second, and the ultimate dagger at Old Trafford. Comically poor defensive sequences, but well deserved for our opponents, who thoroughly enjoyed yet another joyous conclusion to a game against the Red Devils.
One thing that once again stood out to me, or not even that, something that got me thinking throughout the game, was why we are so bad in possession at times. Why we don't create a lot of high percentage chances. And it's something I feel like I've spoken about before. Not sure if it's been on the show, but the technical makeup of this side individually and collectively is extremely below par. When you see the way we move the ball, you often encounter under, overhit, misplaced or mishit passes in general, and mixed in with the lack of off-ball positional understandings or even chemistry, things often appear disjointed. Doors that open quickly slam shut, and sometimes I believe it can be those minor details that end up being major deficiencies in the long run. And every United game observed, I get those feelings. Strikes you as a team that lack adequate preparation prior to and concentration during the events in question. But no way that could be the case, right?
Nah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just the mere thought of current affairs at this club will have you doing mental gymnastics in attempts to find a prognosis to all that is wrong. but answers are few and far between.
Quickly, we have to send our prayers out to Lisandro Martinez, who was stretchered off in the second half for a suspected knee injury. After the game, Ruben Amorim said it seemed really bad, and the Argentinian's reaction alone could tell the story. Based upon the histories of injuries he's sustained at the club and time missed in previous campaigns, as he went in for a challenge, his leg planted awkwardly with his knee in an unnatural position, and he instantly went down and didn't even attempt to get back up, and was treated and then carried off the field to a standing ovation. I guess we'll find out the severity of his injury at some point during the week, but it's such a shame because Licha has been one of the better players, I feel, since Amorim's arrival. A strong character as always to have in the dressing room, and you hate to see situations like that happen to anybody.
Yeah, wishing him a speedy recovery once again to Licha Martinez. The rise and nosedive pattern continues, with performances remaining inconsistent. Ruben Amorim gambled today, and sadly it didn't work out. But also, we have to look at everybody from a collective standpoint and realize that something just isn't clicking. Take of that what you will, but changes must come sooner rather than later, and it's more than just bringing names through the door. It seems like Matthias Tell wants to move to United, but the two clubs in terms of talks are at a stalemate due to the fact that Bayern Munich want a mandatory fee after the loan concludes. Maybe by the time this video is out, we'll know more about that situation. But like I said, it starts with the foundation you set with the players that are available in this moment. Some good days and some really bad days with no in between are what gets you into these precarious situations below mid-table, hanging out with the ones looking up, falling into obscurity. We are in deep trouble in the Premier League, and the situation should be treated as such with high importance from top to bottom. We don't have another league game until the 16th to rectify this one. Leicester in the FA Cup 4th round this weekend coming, and I hope for this team's sake that a victory is the final outcome. But regardless, there are no guarantees of consistency, which in my eyes has always been the most important thing to maintain. Consistency in your performances, individually and as a group, in which the latter still remains all over the place. 22s, let us know in the comments how you're feeling on a Monday morning after Manchester United's home defeat to the Palace Eagles. We just can't clip their wings. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, share to your friends and frenemies for more. Please help us out.
Please,
until
man.
the next time, we'll see you lots in a bit.
I'll be damned if a counterpart finds that courage. Check everywhere, specialist ballers. Goals get busting in your corner. Shoot in a ball like a box office movie. Warner, and like for your keeper's face, we can't warn you.